pussy. I wanna taste the peppers with a little bit of lime on it, you know. I want something a little spoiled.
Everybody want this cookie, my spoiled rotten cookie. Yeah, everybody wants this cookie, my spoiled rotten cookie. Yeah, everybody wants this cookie, my spoiled rotten cookie. Yeah, everybody wants this cookie, my spoiled rotten cookie.
It's a spoil.
Everybody want this cookie, my spoiled rotten cookie. Yeah, everybody wants this cookie, my spoiled rotten cookie. Yeah, everybody wants this cookie, my spoiled rotten.
Alright, let me cut the music. And bam. Alright, people, we are live. I got all my little junk here. Let me put the binky. Let me put all that out the camera view. There we go. There we go. We got stuff everywhere. Anyway, what is up, guys? We're live once again. We got some good topics tonight. And then, of course, we're going to be back because I don't know if y'all know, but Soulja Boy just got maced. I don't know if y'all know who Charleston White is. He goes viral on the internet, YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff, and he be roasting the hell out of these celebrities. And he just maced Soulja Boy. And so, yeah, we're going to come like right back and talk about it after this show because we ain't playing that. But anyway. We can hear and see you? Okay, perfect. That's all I needed to know. So we finna get into it. First things first, we need to talk about R. Kelly. His psych eval that he went through in prison is actually resurfacing. What you guys may or may not be aware of is that when you are in when you in trouble, whether it's, you know, CPS court, whether it's criminal trials, whatever, psych evaluations are actually very common. You got psychological, you got psychiatric. We don't really need to get into the semantics, but I used to actually have to send off for them when I worked for CPS, and I used to have to read them. They're like 200 to 300 pages long. They ask you every question about everything. But anyway, this is what struck me, is that in R. Kelly's, well, we just gonna call him Robert, in Robert's psych eval that's now surfaced, everything that went wrong in his life, he's blaming on his wife, Andrea Kelly. And I don't think any of us are surprised that he's doing that, but I just, it's of all the things that we need to be blaming Andrea Kelly for, because I think she needs to be held accountable just like Robert, because I find it very hard to believe that Robert was a part of this interstate, international, you know what, enterprise, and Andrea Kelly was there, and she didn't have nothing to do with it. I find it hard to believe that R. Kelly made the older women break in the younger girls, but he didn't never make Drea Kelly break in on young girls. I'm just saying. She's not telling the whole truth, so help her God, when Drea Kelly talks about it. She's not. I don't believe her. Drea Kelly says his man, you know, I don't want to say the word abuse, but abused her, which I can believe, that he hog-tied her, etc., etc. So I'm pretty sure at some point he made her break in some young girls too. So anyway, with that being said, Drea Kelly needs to be held accountable for other things. But according to Robert, all right, he says that Drea Kelly is the reason why he does not have a relationship with his kids. He says that he is suffering from PTSD and he has self-deletion thoughts. He wants to self-delete, but I had already brought y'all that tea. Here's the thing. R. Kelly is going to go through more trials. It ain't over for him yet, okay? And according to the tea I got, he is debating like on a daily basis if he should just like hang himself and get it over with. I'm keeping it real with y'all. All right. He's type 2 diabetic. He's either type 2 diabetic or he's like pre-diabetic. He ain't getting no medication in there. And he's not in the best of health. And he just really doesn't see a reason to keep going forward. That is what was given to me. And so do not be surprised if you hear that one day he self-deleted. I'm not going to necessarily think it's a Jagu Matati because I know this is what he's pretty much planning to do. He feels like he's old anyway. He ain't really all that old, but he's lived his life. Things ain't going to never be the same. And he don't really see a reason to live. So anyway, you take with that information what you want. I just found it funny that in his psych eval, he blamed everybody but himself, which, I mean, I'm not surprised. I would love to see like where they ranked maybe like his IQ. Like I would love to see the full details of the report. If I can find it somehow, we'll talk about it here on the channel. Because to me, when I look at him, number one, I feel like he's a child of incest. Number two, he strikes me as somebody that has the mind of like a 8-year-old, 9-year-old, etc. Okay, so anyway, do with that what you will. He blames Dre Kelly for everything, and I call bullshit on that part. But Dre Kelly needs to be held accountable for other things. All right. Deletecidal. Okay, maybe I can use that word, deletecidal. He just needs to take accountability, yes. And one more thing, too. Let me not forget this. I also find it interesting that R. Kelly said his problematic sexual behavior is why he's in trouble. So he still just can't admit to what he's doing and what it is. He just calls it problematic, meaning ain't nothing wrong with it. Y'all got the problem with it. So you let me know if you have sympathy for this man or not. Let me know in the chat. All right. Moving right along, I definitely wanted to give you guys this Tim Norman update. Tim Norman, of course, part of Sweetie Pie. As we all know that he allegedly had set up and then had his nephew, Andre Montgomery, killed. We know the story. There's a YouTube channel, Philly Phil, or Eat with Philly Phil. It's a long title, but if you put it in, it'll pop up. Literally, she has kept her foot on their neck. Every update, Phil, I think her name is Phyllis, I'm not sure, but she didn't talk to the cousins of the family. She didn't talk to the people that grew up with the Normans and the Montgomerys. Like, when I say this lady truly, like, Phil, shout out to you. They gonna put your work in a documentary about this family when this trial is over, because you have truly done all the legwork. And I'm gonna bring you on the channel so that you can give us the updates as well over here, and then I can expose you to an even bigger audience. But so email me. Y'all clip this and send it to her and tell her to email me. But I wanted to give this update because guess what? When Tim, heavy-footed, bad-built, funny-looking ass, I mean, that's a funny-looking Negro. I'm not even trying to be funny. Because when I look at Tim to me, he don't look nothing like Miss Robbie. Miss Robbie's pretty. I mean, she an old lady now, you know, but she's pretty. He must look like his daddy, because this is a funny looking Negro. This is a funny looking Negro, a funny built Negro. He literally looks like he's in between a female to male transition or male to female transition. It's weird. And I'm not calling him trans. Don't get me wrong, because you know, a lot of trans people are actually attractive. They're actually pretty. There is nothing about him that's, I mean, I don't understand it. I don't see what Janae saw in him. I don't see what Jennifer saw in him, although Jennifer likes ugly guys anyway. Whatever. But I just don't get it. Anyway, on the right, you got Terica Ellis. Terica Ellis had a relationship with Tim, and he actually used her to set up Andre, to lure Andre to be at a certain place at a certain time in St. Louis. I think off of Kings Highway is where Andre had got shot, I believe. Don't hold me to that part. But anyway, all right, Tim and Terica had a sexual relationship. He met her at a strip club on the east side of St. Louis, all right, called Bottoms Up. And that's where they first met, and then they exchanged information, and it is what it is. And then this Indian looking dude, a Middle Eastern looking dude, was the insurance agent. So he was actually running all the paperwork, because y'all know Tim wasn't running this paperwork by himself. And so now these two idiots at the bottom, the insurance man and Terica Ellis here, have finally pled guilty to murder for hire. That's what they participated in. They will be sentenced October 16th, 2022, and that's what it is. I don't know how much time they're gonna get. I didn't even look up like the time that they're facing, what, you know, how it is in Missouri for that particular crime. But when I look at these two right here, well, even when I look at Tim, I just look at, like, these are three idiots to me. These are ninjas. These are the type of ninjas in the world you gotta worry about. Bottom barrel ass niggas, okay? Because Terica, you literally participated in a murder for hire for like $4,000. That's all Tim gave you, all right? The insurance man wasn't even smart enough to know that the insurance companies was gonna flag Tim when he tried to get a payout on a boy that didn't belong to him. Andre wasn't your son. You never had custody of him. You thought the insurance company was just gonna give you that money? So Tim tried to orchestrate all of this, and it failed because he never got any payout from any of the insurance companies. Then I believe you tried to set your mama up because your mama house got robbed after. And I believe she was next. And Tim, your mom is the only one that's crazy enough at this point to be sticking by you. But then I sat back and thought about it. Did Miss Robbie have something to do with this as well? I'm not saying she did, but for me, for Miss Robbie to stick by her son through all this, something is very weird. Tim's relationship with Miss Robbie's relationship is very weird. This Middle Eastern dude right here, you done let this ninja up here talk you into ruining your life. And Terica, you got a daughter. You was back and forth from East St. Louis and Memphis, Tennessee, and now your daughter finna have to be raised by your mammy, the grandmammy, and gonna have to be visiting your ass behind a thick ass glass because you was giving coochie to a nigga that you thought had something because you ain't never had shit. Because for you to be stripping, first off, I would never throw no dollars at you. You was a stripper at Bottoms Up in East St. Louis, not PTs, not I remember seeing PTs on TV for one time, but dude, I don't know the strip clubs there. But you was a strip club allegedly at Bottoms Up. That's what the articles say. I don't know who was throwing you dollars, but apparently they wasn't. Because guess what? If you was a real scripper, you could have made $3,000-$4,000 in one night. You was back and forth from East St. Louis and Memphis anyway. Why you didn't come down here to Atlanta and get a little money? I mean, hell, you could. I mean, you ain't got a body to go in the cheers, but I'm sure you could have went into one of these little half-rich strip clubs and did a little something and got that money. And now somebody else finna have to raise your child because you was ignorant. And as a matter of fact, Terica, he didn't even give you the $4,000 up front. He gave you like $500. You was a broke bitch. I told y'all, I don't like broke hoes. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But when you look at Tim, this is a classic case of an extreme narcissist. Like, I don't know if he's a narcissist. I don't know if the right word is sociopath, psychopath. Like, it's a whole lot going on. Like Tim Norman himself can be a damn case study. And Janae, you got that boy by him, that son by him, that you named after him. Number one, you need to get a name change. I would legally change that little boy's name. You're not walking around with this damn murderer's name. Damn that. Number one. Number two, I would never send my child around the Montgomery family again. Sorry. That shit is weird. The relationship between Tim and Miss Robbie is weird. That whole family is weird. And I'm low-key starting to think Andre was brought onto the show and up to St. Louis to be a damn sacrifice. Miss Robbie, have you ever even apologized to Andre's mother? She trusted you with Andre to keep him from getting killed in Dallas. And hell, the boy was better off in Dallas. He should have never came back to come see you niggas. They say on the streets that Andre was getting ready to expose some about Tim. And what Tim was trying to do to Andre and Charles. What you think Andre was finna expose? Let me read y'all comment. Don't do Miss Robbie? No. No. Because see, Miss Robbie, mothers like Miss Robbie is the problem. You have to be able to hold your son accountable when he is wrong. He every bit of 40-some years old, and I'm gonna stick by him. Why? When the evidence is clear. They say Tim Father was a real gangster. They sure did. Y'all need to get over there on Philly Phil's channel. She done broke it all down. She on they neck. Do you hear me? And I think she lives in St. Louis too. So I be like, be careful, because St. Louis is not big. Get Charles on the show. I'll reach out if they willing, but I'm gonna ask the questions that need to be asked. In my humble opinion, I feel like he was hunching on them boys. Tim was locked up for a while, and Tim, the way that you built, and that friend that you had, that you tried to, that you did your best. That had Miss Robbie get him bailed out of jail. Come on. Tim had a long I can't call it a bromance, but he had a friend, a long-term friend in the pen that Miss Robbie knew about. Like, they were all close. So you didn't leave them tendencies when you left. And as wide as your hips is, I don't care how big you is. I don't care how tall you is. As wide as them hips is, your hips don't get that damn wide unless you didn't have that back beat out. Allegedly. Listen, y'all seen how Tim is built? I'm a leave that there. But the black male worship in that family is real. It's real. Tim is the definition of legs and hips and body. Wait a minute, let me look for a picture, because y'all think I'm playing. Tim. Let me look for a picture. Because y'all always think I'll be playing. I don't be playing. Hold up. Need I say more? Need I say more? Because I've always heard that them hips start spreading when it's getting clapped. I've always heard that. Come on now. Allegedly. I'm using allegedly. Come on now. Those are fully formed breasts. That's what I'm saying. Now I'm wondering, did Andre see something? Did you fill up on Andre and that's why really you like to smack? You used to like to smack Andre and Charles around? Because they wouldn't give you none? It's all making sense. We're going to move right along. Let me get this picture down. Jesus. All right. Next, we got to talk about T.S. Madison, okay, who sets the record clear on Instagram, and I was proud of her for addressing this, actually, okay. So, let me start with the story. Shout out to the Neighborhood Talk. They said exclusive. Is y'all here for it? Evelyn Lozada and her spoiled rotten cookie, Tamar Esteem, loud ass Braxton, and Nivea. Oh, we love Nivea. Oh, okay. Team up for a new dating show, Queen's Court, hosted by Holly Robinson Peete. Now, first things first, let me say this. I don't know why everybody is hopping. I do know why everybody's hopping on this damn dating show trend. Everybody either want to have a dating show or they want to give advice. And I'm going to keep it real. Y'all is not Kendra G. Kendra G is who we going to for the dating show. And she ain't even a dating expert. She's a journalist, but she hosts the show. We going to Kendra G. Listen, y'all is not even a Kevin Samuels. And we not even going there. But y'all is not that. Everybody want to cop. We got enough dating shows. Y'all heifers ain't got no love in your life. What in the hell is you gonna tell other people? What you gonna tell us about love? Tamar, what is you gonna tell us about love? You back with a ninja that you had to all up in the car scratching up the leather, who almost made your ass a sacrifice. Because I still feel like that's some MK Ultra shit, Tamar, when all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, you having self-deletion and you done swallowed all your antidepressant pills and now you gone for a while. I didn't believe none of that. All that shit had a dark, eerie energy around it. We're going to call it what it is. Tamar, I still find it weird, and I'm going to keep it real, that I think his name is David. That David is coming around Logan all the time. Logan is not his son. I didn't like it when Logan was sleeping in the bed with y'all. I didn't like it. I just didn't like. Maybe I'm just lyric like that, but I didn't like that. I didn't like that Logan got a daddy. Logan got a daddy that he looked like. That's who Logan need to be with. That's a whole nother story for another day. I'm not talking about nobody's child, but I'm just saying. You freaked out when David was trying to take Logan to the beach without telling you, but posting it. It felt, all the shit felt sacrifice-ish. So what you gonna tell us? Especially the way you treated Tracy before she died. Then we got Nivea. No disrespect. Nivea's just getting herself together and has not shown us a track record of picking a good man at all. Don't she got a baby by Lil Wayne? Enough said. Enough said. Evelyn Sport Rotten Cookie Lozada, what you gonna tell us besides you got kids, a family, A+ credit, and a wet motherfucking pussy? You got a wet pussy. You got a wop. You ain't the only one with a wop. So what is you gonna tell us? The only one that can give dating and marriage advice is Holly Robinson Pete. That's it. Who's been married for like over 30 years. That's it. All you other heifers is just there for a check. We love you, Nivea. Your other heifers is just there for a check. It's just work. It's just another job. But you ain't really about that life. You ain't really about helping people find love. Because how you going to help people do something you can't do it for your motherfucking self? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? And I got to say this. There's no smoke. But Nivea, what are you going to even be doing on this show besides your mouth twitching and moving every which way? Y'all know Nivea got the Chris Brown, Bobby Brown sideways mouth. I'm just saying in a goofy laugh. I love you, Nivea. But we just, what? This is a hot ass mess. This is maybe going to get a season and then it's going to go away. Now let me go in on this part. These heifers didn't come up with this show or this concept. They was contacted by their managers and agents, okay? These Hollywood stars, because Hollywood is dead. Social media, internet, we killed Hollywood. I'm letting y'all know. It's dead. We know way too much about these A-listers now that we view them as human. We're too close. It ain't no stars. We all on, so yeah, bring it down. Number one. Number two, they do nothing but scout the internet to take our damn ideas and run with it because Hollywood is too cheap to actually pay writers what they should be paid and pay producers what they should be paid to come up with new and exciting content. Hollywood constantly wants to just push an agenda. Yeah, I'm going to say it. Now, everybody be focused on the LGBTQIA2+ agenda. I ain't even talking about that. I'm talking about this demonic, satanic ass, Luciferian ass worship agenda that's always around. Every reality show they doing goat yoga, goat worship, the Baphomet worship, really? Every reality show they going to goat yoga. These hoes don't even know one yoga pose. Don't know downward dog. These heifers don't even stretch. You can tell. I be hearing the bones, the joints, and the ligaments crack through the screen. Everybody doing something demonic. Everybody listen. So that's the agenda they pushing. That's what Hollywood pushing. They ain't got no new ideas. Oh, we're just gonna keep remaking the same movie 20 times. How many Batman movies y'all gonna see? How many Superman movies y'all gonna see? Fast and the Furious 30. Cars is going out of plane. What? Just write new shit. But all the talent is actually online. The talent is undiscovered. And honestly, if you're trying to work your way into Hollywood, you low-key working backwards. But I get it. I get it. So my point is, this is what Hollywood does. And so the internet called them out immediately and said, how y'all gonna take T.S. Madison and Kaya shit? Queen's Court, y'all know y'all ain't never seen none Queen's Court except T.S. Madison and Kaya. So T.S. Madison addressed it. She said, let me address the elephant in the room so y'all can stop tagging me. I give these ladies their grace. Let them do their show. There is nothing more iconic than the magic that Kaya and myself put out to the masses. It didn't work out. It got nasty. Lies were told. Blah, blah, blah. The truth stands. When it was over, I left Queen's Court on the floor. Whoever picked it up, let them run with it. When I tried to protect the brand from the hands of others, I was accused of theft. That is true, she was. So I threw it up in the air, and it is what it is. I've made my money from it, and I moved on. Good luck, ladies. Make it iconic again. I got a whole new set of bags on the way. So you know, T.S. Madison is in her acting bag right now. She's not really trying to go back to that. But let me tell y'all another reason why. To be honest, the Queen's Supreme Court ending was one of T.S. Madison's honest biggest blessings, okay? There is no way that you can do a show where you are roasting to that degree the very same people that you got to work with. It just can't happen. This is why you see anybody in this space, when the Wendy's, even the Howard Sterns, the Charlemagne's. This is why you see people get to a certain point where they raw and then they flip. And it's very commercial. Like the Breakfast Club, it's very commercial. When's the last time you seen Charlemagne sniff a seat? Charlemagne, since that Jessica White story came out, Charlemagne has been humble. They done ran this nigga to a therapist and everything. Oh, whole new skin tone and a whole new mind apparently. But your sins are still out there forever. Anyway, I say all that to say, what Kaya and T.S. Madison was building was eventually gonna have to break anyway. Because Madison is Hollywood. Kaya is anti-Hollywood. So that was not going to work. I'm sorry, y'all. It wasn't. Unless Madison and Kaya just decided to keep that stuff in the house, right there on the iPad, and just roast them down as long as they could. Other than that, it wasn't gonna work. I'm sorry, it just wasn't. It was gonna get very censored, because that's just how it is. So T.S. Madison ain't tripping off this shit. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with the show, but they did copy that shit from Madison and Kaya. They did. I'm actually probably gonna review the show. T.S. be having me out here feeling like a Puerto Rican. Feel like a Puerto Rican. I'm just saying. So anyway, we're going to move right along from that, people. And we need to talk about Princess and Ray J. Oh, done with that picture. We need to talk about Princess and Ray J, okay? Princess and Ray J have went back and forth with their divorce and reconciliation and separation and having a conversation on Zeus that is not a conversation. And now Princess has filed paperwork once again to finally set a trial date so that this divorce can be final. Now let me say this. Princess Love at this point is ready to finally get a divorce. Number one, because they probably have been married a certain amount of years and she's pretty much almost guaranteed something, like half of his shit. Number one. Number two, Princess Love done found her somebody. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care if Princess and Ray J was just on the red carpet a couple months ago kissing and putting on a ring. All that shit is for show. The stuff that these celebrities do for us is all a show. Take it all with a grain of salt. I believe Princess done found somebody. She done found somebody that is better than Ray J or got more money. All right. And I believe that now it financially makes sense for her to move on. Her and Ray J did done projects together. They did done businesses together. They do have a prenup, but they live in the state of California. And they have reconciled and went back and forth long enough to where Princess is most likely going to get half. At least 40%. She going to get a lot of his shit. Ray J finna come up off some money. Period. So in the trial date, they got to go over visitation, custody, spousal support, and Ray J paying her attorney fees. And Ray J, you are absolutely going to lose. You have been a shitty husband. You have a track record of not being faithful. And you live in California. You're done. You're done. You have tried to make this work to keep the inevitable from happening. She about to get your shit. Go on, take them Ray beats and chop it in half, give up one piece, and you get the other, because that's really finna be what it is. But Ray J is somebody to me that is not marriage material. He should have never gotten married. He should just be a playboy for the rest of his life, because that's who and what he is at his core. He cannot be faithful to one woman. He's too addicted to the punani. And he didn't have some of the best and the worst of the worst. He don't care what it is. As long as it's something new to him, he cool with it. So I don't know why he thought he could be a husband and be faithful. Maybe he thought because he grew up seeing other folks cheat on their wives and a woman stay. Listen, it's a whole new day, Ray J. And that princess about to get your shit. You gonna pay child support. Can't no prenup prevent you from that. So she's getting child support. She's getting primary and physical custody. You will have visitation and you will have every other weekend. Okay? She will keep the marital home because she has the kids. I think she already got a house, but she gonna get a couple more yours. And most likely spousal support. What y'all think? He wondered what his parents had. Yeah, I believe he seen infidelity coming up, and he didn't think it was a big deal. He's selling scooty bikes. He gonna sell some more scooty bikes. He gonna sell some more. But her and Ray J was never gonna work. I knew it from the very beginning. But I am gonna say this. If Princess is actually done and she actually means it, this trial that her and Ray J is finna go through, it might actually be a bloodbath. I mean that like metaphorically. Because Brandy don't like her. Miss Sonia don't like her. But she is the woman and she got the kids and she got the leverage and he cheated on her. So Thanksgiving, holidays, all that shit about to be extra awkward. Watch yourself, Princess. So I'm gonna just say watch yourself. Be very careful. All right. So now I'm gonna take y'all comments for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna hop off. Got to take the dog out and stuff, and then we're gonna come back to talk about Soulja Boy and Charleston White. Okay. Let me read y'all comments here. My question for you is, why isn't he as successful as Kim Kardashian? Because ultimately, he's not white. He cannot benefit from white privilege, and he is not a woman. So it's only so much sex that a man can sell. It's only so much peen a man can sell. The vag is always going to be worth more than the peen, because the vag is harder to get than the peen. That's just what it is. Yeah, he already owns her name. Same thing with that. He went and trademarked her name without her knowing. I don't know how he got away with that. I'd have sued him for that. I'd have contested that. How you gonna trademark this girl's name? Let's see. What else we got? Yes, it would get very messy. His family's, it's going to get messy. I knew it wasn't going to work when she pushed him in the pool. Fact, Sandra. What happened to the Chris Brown lawsuit? Ooh, I got to look into that now. Sis need to watch herself for real. Haven't trusted a single thing from his mouth since the Whitney Houston incident. I'm just saying, when you going through like a divorce like this, yeah, absolutely. She should watch herself. Change her locks. I would move again if I were her. Any mutual friends y'all got, I would stop messing with them. I wouldn't be putting my every move on social media. Like, you gotta move different. Cause you about to get half this man's money. And and y'all kids. So it's gonna be ugly. Storm, did you see the pics of Chris Brown and his friends? Yes, I did. Do y'all want me to come talk about that tonight? When we talk about Soulja Boy and Charleston White, we can come talk about it. We can definitely come talk about it. Cause I'm gonna be honest, I don't see an issue with it. But I might let y'all just call in and give me, your thoughts, but I don't see an issue. Kim just lost a case against our housekeepers. Let me tell you something, the Kardashians have 24-hour staff in that house. They literally have housekeepers that have 8 to 10 hour shifts, okay? In the state of California, labor laws are no joke. You have to give people their break. You have to follow the law. And so with all that being said, I can believe they're working for these celebrities. They don't want to pay you. They don't want to. I can believe that. I'm glad she lost. Pay that money. What else? She gonna have to change her name again. She might. She really might. Princess Love better go back to what? To Floyd Mayweather? I don't think Floyd want her now. Are you going to see Jordan Peele Nope movie? No, I think it's like a horror movie. I'm actually not a big fan of horror movies, believe it or not. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could do horror. I'm iffy on it. Let's see, what else? I cleaned for designer Cynthia Rowley and she was cheap as hell. I believe it. What do you like to see, Storm? I mean, I really like comedy. I like funny movies. Action movies too, but I like funny movies. Okay. All right, so boom, we're going to leave it there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you're on my text list, 678-679-6077. Give me about a half hour, and then we'll come back and talk about Soulja Boy and Charleston White. And I'll let y'all tell me if y'all think these Chris Brown fans are crazy for paying $1,000 to be with them. Now, maybe another story too we can cover. I don't know. But like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in a little bit.